Every year, visitors from all over the world travel to Yellowstone National Park to see some of nature's most spectacular sights. One of the most popular is Old Faithful. Mysterious and grand, the world's tallest geyser spouts water more than 120 feet into the air. Named for its predictability, Old Faithful erupts about every 90 minutes. Although Old Faithful is a major attraction, visitors can also witness boiling mud pots, steamy vents, and gigantic hot springs that formed over 100,000 years ago. These sites are thermal features, and they are part of the geological forces that have been shaping the Earth since its origin. Around 2 million years ago, a massive volcano erupted and left behind a caldera that occupies much of Yellowstone and provides the perfect setting for its thermal features. When a volcano explodes, the molten rock or magma is removed from under the volcano. Eventually, the Earth collapses and forms a huge depression called a caldera. Like the one in Yellowstone, calderas are active volcanic features with magma still flowing beneath them. It is this magma, along with the water and rock, that cause thermal features like Old Faithful to erupt. Magma moves through the ground while water seeps down through cracks and fissures from rain and melting snow. When the two meet, very high pressures begin to build from the water that has become superheated. The third ingredient is a rock called rhyolite, which makes up the thermal feature. This rock is strong enough to contain the high pressures without breaking apart. In most geysers, it has formed a very narrow passage that brings pressures even higher. In 1993, geologist Jim Westphal sent a camera down the vent of Old Faithful to see for himself. He guides our journey.
And here we go, down the vent. And you can see it's still a slot, down as far as we can see so far. It's really quite a narrow slot, just a few inches wide. You also see occasionally drops of water falling down. You'll see those as we go along. That's water that's condensing from the steam in the vent on our cool housing. Those drops are very convenient actually because they tell us which way is straight down, which we otherwise wouldn't know. And now you can see we seem to be coming to kind of a shelf-like structure, and we worry about whether we're going to land on that and not get off of it. And we bang into the surface of it and kind of bang up and down a little, and aha, we go over the edge, which is very nice. Looks like a tornado now and again as it twists the camera, spins the camera around on the end of its cable. We really became very concerned whether our camera is going to survive all of this. It certainly wasn't made with that in mind. Never had any idea that we were going to be involved in anything so wild as this.
Throughout Yellowstone, visitors can see more than 10,000 thermal features releasing their pressures and heat in the form of boiling mud, hot springs, steamy vents, or spouting geysers like Old Faithful. Geologists estimate that in Yellowstone, the Earth's crust may only be 40 miles thick. This is a long way down, but in most places on our planet, the crust is around 90 miles thick, more than double that. Geologists are certain that one day the magma in Yellowstone will emerge in a gigantic explosion. The question is when. For now, we can examine thermal features like those in Yellowstone to help us learn about the Earth's past and investigate clues into its future.